Alright, what's up you guys? It's Remembrance, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the best gaming laptops of 2013. I'm basically going to be going over 3 or 4 different laptops here. I'm going to start with a cheaper option, then go to a mid-level or mid-range gaming laptop, and then go up to some higher-end ones that'll cost you probably about $1,000 or more. So I'm going to start off with the cheapest one here, or kind of the budget gaming laptop now. The one I've chosen here is the Acer Aspire 15.6 inch. It's actually a touchscreen laptop, which I find kind of funny that a lot of these kind of gaming-oriented laptops are touchscreen laptops, but I guess it's just a little bit of an added bonus. But it has 8 gigabytes of RAM or memory and a 500 gigabyte hard drive for storage. Now this one will run you about $650. Now the CPU on this one is the 4th gen Intel Core i5-4200U processor. So it is a quad-core processor, and it's also the current gen Intel Core i5. So it's an up-to-date processor. It's definitely gonna get the job done for most PC games. Now its base clock is 1.6 gigahertz, but it actually has a turbo boost up to 2.6 gigahertz, which will again definitely work for most games that you can play. Now as far as the graphics card goes, it actually has an integrated graphics card into the CPU, or built into the CPU, which may seem like a little bit of a downside or a turn off to most people, but Intel actually has some pretty good integrated graphics now. You get with this laptop Intel HD Graphics 4400, and I'm actually using Intel Graphics 4000 or Intel Graphics HD 4000 on my PC right now, and I can still play most games on low to medium settings. I know I can play Modern Warfare 3 on medium settings, I can play Fallout New Vegas on low to medium settings, and I can play GTA on low settings. I mean, it'll generally work for somebody who's just trying to get into PC gaming and doesn't really want to spend all too much money on it. This should get the job done, because again, you should be able to play at least a few games on low to medium settings. But if you're planning on playing games like Battlefield 3 and maxing out the settings, or at least going to high settings, I'd recommend going with a higher end gaming laptop, or even building your own gaming desktop. But that's basically your first option. I wouldn't really spend any less money than this, just because you probably won't get any better value. And if the laptop is a lot worse than this, you probably won't be able to run too many games. But onto the second laptop I've chosen here now. Again, this one's going to be kind of a mid-level one that should be able to play most games on relatively good settings. So this is the Dell Inspiron 17.3 inch laptop. It's got 8 gigabytes of memory, just like the other one. It's got actually a 1 terabyte hard drive. This one will run you about $880, but it's actually on sale at Best Buy for $870 if you wish to buy it now. But the specs this one has, again, it's got 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is basically standard. I wouldn't really recommend upgrading that to 16 or 12 gigabytes, just because you don't really need it, and most games nowadays only take 8 gigs or even 4 gigs of memory to actually run the game. So you don't really need to upgrade that. I wouldn't really recommend it until maybe a year or so from now. So this one has for a CPU a 3rd generation Intel Core i7 3630QM processor. So this is the 3rd generation, not the newest generation of Intel's processors, but it still will get the job done. Its base clock is 2.4 gigahertz with a turbo boost up to 3.4 gigahertz, which is awesome. Again, it's a quad-core processor. I believe it has hyper-threading, meaning that kind of tricks your computer into believing it's an 8-core processor, which will help a lot when running applications that require more threads or more processing power. Really, like rendering videos, it will take a lot less time, and it will help in games in the future at least. And again, this one has 1 terabyte of hard drive space, which I would recommend, and would recommend going up to 1 terabyte of hard drive space, just because games nowadays are starting to take up tons and tons and tons of gigabytes. So again, I'd recommend upgrading to a 1 terabyte if you don't have one. Now, for the actual graphics card, it actually does have a dedicated graphics card. It's the NVIDIA GeForce GT 650M graphics. So it's basically the 650, but the mobile version. That's what the M stands for. And it's got 2 gigabytes of dedicated video RAM, which will definitely help a lot when playing kind of video card intensive games, or graphically intensive games, or whatever. But this one you should be able to run most games, most newer games at least, on medium to high settings, depending on the game obviously. But this will probably work for you if you're planning on playing games like, you could probably play Black Ops 2 on medium to high settings, and you could probably play games like Modern Warfare 3 on the high settings, and games like that. This should work for anyone who's looking to play games like that, like some FPSs on not totally maxed out settings. But this one actually has a 1920 by 1080 resolution, an LED resolution, as opposed to the previous one I talked about, having a what is it, 1366 by 768 or something, which is essentially 720p. So this one has 1080p support, which you'll probably have to lower your settings in the games, but it will look a lot nicer in the long run. So now for the last laptop I've chosen here. This is an Asus 15.6 inch. Again, this is actually a touchscreen laptop, which I find to be kind of weird, just because I really wouldn't think that they'd make these type of laptops touchscreen, but regardless, I guess, again, it is kind of an added bonus. This one as well has 8 gigabytes of memory, or 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, 1 terabyte of hard drive space, which again is recommended. So the processor for this one is the 4th gen Intel Core i7-4500U processor. So the base clock on this is 1.8 gigahertz with turbo boost up to 3.0 gigahertz, which is a huge jump, from 1.8 gigahertz up to 3. Again, this is a quad core processor. It also has hyper-threading, meaning it kind of tricks your computer into believing it has 8 cores, and again, it'll help it with applications like Sony Vegas and stuff like that. This one also has a 1080p resolution display, also LED. Also, again, like I said, 1 terabyte of hard drive space, and for the graphics card, it has an NVIDIA GT 745M graphics. Now, if you guys want to see more in-depth reviews and people talking about these graphics cards, I'm going to leave the graphics cards for each laptop right below the link that I post, so you guys can search that up on YouTube and find some reviews and some examples of what this can actually do, because these are, what I'm saying is just mostly approximations. I don't really know exactly what these will be able to play, but with this you should be able to play most games on high settings, at least some of the newer games, and the older games you'll be able to max out. You could probably play games like Black Ops 2 on high settings, and this will definitely get the job done for anybody who's looking forward to playing games like FPSs or even graphically intensive games on the go, which is definitely good. That's why a lot of people go with the laptop, just because it's portable and you can take it wherever you want. But if you're really looking, just to get a good laptop or a good computer at least, I'd recommend going with a desktop. But if you really want to get laptops, then go with these. Now, I'm also going to link a link to Alienware, at least their website. I really wouldn't recommend Alienware just because they cost so much money and you really aren't getting all too much power for the money. It's really not that great value. But if you're really looking for an over-the-top laptop, then go ahead and buy an Alienware. Again, I'll drop a link down in the description. You guys can check it out and choose which one best fits your budget. But that's really it for this video, you guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, I'd appreciate a like on this video. Again, hope you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.